fairly. In this presentation, I'll be explaining how Japan moved from a constitutional democracy after World War I to a military dictatorship in the 1930s and the consequences of that change. After World War I, Japan was in a strong position. It had a powerful economy, a modern military, and recognized as one of the world's greatest powers. Japan also had a constitutional democracy and followed a pro-Western foreign policy to maintain good relationships with other major powers. At the Paris Peace Conference in 1919, Japan proposed a racial equality clause. However, this was rejected by Western powers. This caused anger and resentment in Japan and increased nationalist feelings, as many believed Japan was not being treated correctly. Japan's democratic system was weak and unstable. Governments made up of different political parties are often disagreed with each other. There were also corruption and bribery, which reduced trust and democracy above the Japanese people. As political problems increased, ultra-nationalist groups began to grow in influence. There were political assassinations, including assassination attacks on leading politicians. The army and navy gained more power, and the government struggled to control the military. Japan was also facing a serious economic problem after World War I. Prices fell, unemployment increased, and the Great Depression made things even worse. This led to poverty and even famine in some rural areas, increasing public anger. A major turning point came in 1931, when the Japanese army invaded Manchuria without government approval. The government failed to stop the military. This showed that the military was more powerful than the civilian government, effectively ending democracy. After the Manchurian crisis, the military dominated Japan's government. The emperor remained as a symbolic leader, but the real power held in the army. The focus shifted from military strength, nationalism, and expansion. Japan took full control of Manchuria and created a puppet state in Manchukuo. It later left the League of Nations after international criticism. Japan extended further into China, leading to the Sino-Japanese War in 1937. Japan forced alliances with Germany and Italy, creating the Axis powers. It continued expanding into Southeast Asia to gain resources like oil and rubber. This expansion brought Japan into direct conflict with the United States. In 1941, Japan launched a surprise attack on the U.S. naval base at Pearl Harbor. The claim is to weaken the U.S. Pacific Fleet and secure Japanese expansion. However, it led directly to the United States entering World War II. In conclusion, Japan became a military dictatorship due to weak democracy, economic crisis, and rising nationalism. The consequences were military rule, aggression, expansion, and eventually global war. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed all these videos.